Warm greeting to one and all present here. Myself, Atin Helen, and I'm a research scholar in the Department of Physics, Bharathiar University, Coimbatore, Tamil. And I'm here to present my work entitled Influence of Filler Content on Magnesium Containing Chitosan Biopolymer Electrolyte. This is the outline of the section, the objective, the material chosen for study and its results, and finally the conclusion. A slight introduction of my field. Um be a key element to the sustained worldwide development, and and the energy demand has been increasing with the increased industrial expansion. And especially when we're talking about intermittent electricity generation from renewable sources like wind and solar, it has further intensified the demand for energy. Uh, and to harvest and to harvest those energies, we need a high energy density, high power, and low cost energy storage devices like batteries, supercapacitors, and fuel cells. Batteries have been in the battery industry for a very long time since Sony commercialized its products using lithium ion battery owing to its high specific energy. Uh, Still, it possesses certain disadvantages like cost, safety, limited operation, and its non-availability in abundance in nature, and flammable at high temperature. Considering this, find to replace lithium ion. So here we have put up a slight comparison between magnesium and lithium. Magnesium is the fifth most abundant element on Earth's crust, and these are some of the parameters which are comparable with that. And one of the key feature for considering magnesium as an alternative to lithium is that it possesses 3.83 volumetric capacity per centimeter cube of volumetric capacity, which is pretty much higher than lithium, sodium, and calcium ions. Uh, Still, magnesium. There is a lot of research gap that hinders magnesium uh, hit commercial industry, commercial battery in battery production industry, and we have a long way to go uh, to make it possible. The working of a magnesium-ion battery is similar to that of a lithium-ion battery. During charging process, the magnesium positive electrode releases few magnesium ions, and during discharge, the magnesium ions move back through the electrolyte to negative to positive electrode. In both the cases, electrons and ions flow in the same direction, and the of MIBs or magnesium batteries are ascribed to increase in ionic or electronic conductivities across the electrodes and the electrolyte materials. What is the challenge that hinders the magnesium ion battery or magnesium battery hitting in becoming a successful battery is due to the lack of uh, non lack of high conducting electrolyte and the irreversibility of magnesium negative electron. Therefore, in the present work, we have made to ion conducting electrolyte with suitable polymer host incorporating a magnesium salt. So, why do we consider solid? Uh, Liquid electrolytes have been used in the conventional batteries since alkali metal batteries have been found. But it also has physical and chemical stability, formation of solid electrolyte interface layer, leakage, narrow range of operation temperature, deformation, expansion, explosion on heating. Uh, uh, Solid light has very good advantages like safety, good stability, good interfacial contact with electrodes, preventing the formation of dendrites, longer life cycle, and non-flammability. There are two types of solid electrolytes. One is inorganic ceramides, which consists of oxides, phosphates, and sulfides. The other one is the polymer electrolyte. Uh, Considering the following advantages like no internal shorting, no leakage of electrolyte, non-combustible reaction at the electrode surface, and for packaging, especially for producing wearable electronic devices, and good interfacial content and reduced weight, polymer electrolytes have been considered. There are also electrolytes. One is based on sources and origins, and the other one is based on physical state and composition. Based on sources and origins, it is of two types: natural and synthetic. And based on physical state and composition, it is of three types, which are gel polymer, solid polymer, and composite polymer electrolytes. Synthetic polymer, replacing polymer. Some synthetic polymers like PO, PVA, PVDF have found its place in commercial battery production, uh, incorporating a lithium salt. Since these synthetic polymers are procured from petroleum-based petroleum or of petroleum origin, they're very toxic, they're non-degradable, and or very expensive. That's why scientists are considering biopolymers as a replace as an alternative to replace synthetic polymers. Synthetic polymers are procured from natural renewable sources. They are not toxic. They are affordable and they are biodegradable nature. These are uh, some, of, uh, some of the available biopolymer electrolytes: cellulose, agar, carrageenan, lignin, gelatin, silk, and chitosan and chitin. Uh, so the selection criteria for polymer and salt, just like liquid electrolytes, dissociation of salt into its respective ions is a efficient ion transport. Uh, that is, the salt should have low lattice energy, and the polymer electrolytes should have certain polar groups like oxygen or sulfur or CN, um, and other functional groups that can form complexes with the salt that has been added to the electrolyte groups. And polymer should possess low glass transition temperature, uh, so that it will have greater flexibility of the polymer chain, which can facilitate the segmental motion. Ion transfer mechanisms. Possible transfer mechanism that These are the possible mechanisms that can take place inside a polymer chain. One is intra-chain, and the other one is interchain hopping. So in all polymer electrolytes, the ionic is to the number of free ions and number of ion migrations. The transmission of cation depends on segmental motion of amorphous region in polymer electrolyte. And during conduction mechanism, the ions coordinate with polymer is driven by electric field. The ion undergoes compositional dissociation with the polymer segment and migrates from a coordinate site to a new site. The which are to prepare pure and magnesium salt. The magnesium salt that we have chosen is magnesium nitrate. Uh, 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 the polymer, and to investigate its structural and conductivity performance of the chitosan biopolymer electrolyte for magnesium batteries on adding the magnesium salt, and to further improve the ability by adding the filler MnO2. So, slight introduction about the material under study, chitosan. It is a biopolymer and other crustaceans, and it has been widely investigated in electrochemical, biomedical, and environmental applications. It consists of two amino 2-deoxy D linked with B14 glycosidic units. The presence of hydroxyl OH and amine NH2 groups with lone pair of electrons in the backbone of the chitosan structure facilitates the formation of carbon with, uh, with inorganic salts like lithium, magnesium, sodium, zinc, calcium, etc. So this is a synthesis procedure of chitosan. It's nothing but chitosan. So chitosan polymer electrolytes were prepared using a solution casting technique. Um, Certain amount of chitosan polymer is made, to which different weight percentages of the magnesium salt is added, um, and the solutions are allowed to until uh, until it achieves the homogeneity, and then it is finally cast on Teflon petri dishes and dried at room temperature. The samples are named by pure cytosine, that is a cytosine with 0 weight percentage of salt, and the cytosine with 60, 70, 80, or nothing but uh, the 60, 70, 80 weight percentage of the salt. Here we have fixed a 60 weight percentage of the salt to prepare polymer. This is because the electro, composite polymer electrolyte using MnO2 filler, and this salt concentration has been fixed using the ion value obtained using AC impedance analysis. So these are the following testing characteristics that has been carried out for the prepared polymer electrolytes. One is the XRD to study its structure, uh, and one is DSE to study its thermal stability, and finally the AC impedance study to study its conductivity. So these are the XRD prepared electrolytes. The first one shows the XRD of the pure cytosine, from which we can confirm the semi-crystalline nature of the pure cytosine. And this broad peak has been decreased on adding the salt in the filler, which confirms the composition that has taken place between salt and the cytosine polymer. The degree of crystallinity values calculated for sample with 68% of salt is expected to achieve higher ionic conductivity, which is further increased with addition of filler. Polymer electrolyte with 2 weight percentage of MnO2 filler is expected to show a hike in conductivity, which is being confirmed using impedance analysis. These are the degree of crystallinity values that has been calculated for the electrolytes. So you can see that the degree of crystallinity value for the electrolyte uh, CMN16 is found to be low, um, and this value is further decreased of filler, filler MnO2. So this decrease in crystallinity values leads to increased segmental motion, thereby enhancing the ionic conductivity and the intermolecular chains on adding the filler. Uh, so what happens on adding filler is that it disrupts the ordered arrangement of polymer chain, making it more would be confirmed with the glass saturation temperature obtained using TSE thermograms. So the polymer electrolyte with a minimum degree of crystallinity is expected ionic conductivity, which has been confirmed using impedance analysis. These are the DSE thermograms of the prepared electrolytes. The first one shows the DSE of the and the TG values, that is the glass transition values, have been tabulated here. As you can see here, the glass transition temperature is being found on adding the salt than that of pure cytosine. So this is due to the interaction between ionic salt and amine groups in the cytosine polymer flexibility of the polymer chain. However, this value is found to be decreased on adding the filler. So this is because of the ability of the filler particles to penetrate the host matrix and develop a chain segment, which in turn suppresses the cohesive force existing between the polymer chains and thereby increasing the flexibility of the chains. The polymer ultra 2 weight% is filler at glass transition temperature, which is of about 51.7 degrees Celsius. And this is also in agreement with the degree of crystallinity values obtained from XRD studies, which implies that transition is due to the increased segmental motion, segmental mobility of the polymer backbone. How uh, the transition value is found to be increased at high concentration of the filler. Finally, we have AC impedance analysis for the prepared samples. As you can see here, these are the Nyquist plots of the pure cytosine, and for the polymer with the filler, and the corresponding equivalent circuit that has been fitted. So from the Nyquist plots, it has been found that has been observed for pure cytosine, and for the salt and the filler, two from the Nyquist plots, two semicircles at high frequency and low frequency. The semicircle at high frequency region is due to the charge transfer resistance, which occurs as a result of the formation of electrical double layer. Actually, RCT is nothing but RCT occurs due to occurs as a result of application of external potential to the system and the corresponding charge polarization that the electric face. Further, at low frequency end, another depressed semicircle is formed, which could be ascribed to the diffusion effect of charge carrier ions and addition of fillers. To express the semicircle seen in the Nyquist plot of C60, that is for the salt, is larger compared to the filler incorporated composite polymers, which indicates that charge is high sample. On addition of fillers to CN60, the diffusion of ions inside the polymer host slowly progresses towards promoting ion conductivity of the sample due to more supply of mobile ions. The interaction of the filler with either or both the anion and cation of the salt, and that has resulted in more free volume, thereby enhancing the ionic mobility within the polymer host. These are that has been calculated using the resistance obtained from the Nyquist plots. As you can see that the conductivity has been found to be decreased for all concentration. This is because of the salt clusters that has been formed, hindering the movement of the ions. So that which indicates that the free charge is needed to enhance ionic conductivity. So that is the reason that we have added filler to enhance this ionic conductivity, which has been. And this increase in ionic conductivity is attributed to the dissociation of salt into more number of free ions, which occur in the polymer host after the addition of filler. So finally, we conclude that chitosan electrolytes with various concentration of this magnesium salt and MnO2 filler has been prepared and studied. From the study, it has been we confirm electrolytes, and which was confirmed using the degree of crystallinity values calculator. And from the Nyquist plots, the highest activity of 2.6 and 4 Siemens per centimeter has been obtained for 68% of the salt. And the AC impedance study using AC impedance has been one order of magnitude on incorporating the filler, which was increased to 1.25 × 3 Siemens per centimeter. The addition of filler is found to have improvised the structural, thermal, and conductivity properties of the chitosan biopolymer electrolyte. That we have referred. Thank you.